All right, the LA Chargers quietly get some really good news. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel is all about the LA Chargers, and we're big Jim Harbaugh fans. We started a year ago, and we've just kind of kept it going. It's been a lot of fun, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Be awesome. Just appreciate it. We're getting close to 10,000 subs. Okay, here's the news, and I think it's interesting. First one is that your passing game coordinator, Marcus Brady, was interviewed for the offensive coordinator job at both the Patriots and now with the Buccaneers. Now the Buccaneers lost their offensive coordinator. Why is this kind of sneaky good news? It's because it shows that because we all looked at Jesse Minter and thought, oh, could he go? Maybe, maybe not. Never really, never garnered the interest that we thought. But on the offensive side, it shows that you've got good talent within your coaching staff, but not like too good where they're going to leave. This is just like the Lions last year. It's like a lot of rumors, but nobody ended up leaving because it's like, let's run it back. We made the playoffs. Let's do it again. That is what you see with the Chargers. Clearly there's talent. Clearly people are looking in, kind of want to see what's going on with the Chargers. That's good news number one. Another good news is that Khalil Mack says he's going to come back. And it's been rumored that he's going to play for the Chargers or another team. That other team is, let me pull it up, the Detroit Lions. And I'm here to tell you, hopefully I'm wrong on this, but I don't see that happening at all. If I'm Khalil Mack, he's going to come back to the Chargers. It would just be shocking if he didn't. So Khalil Mack should be coming back, and it's exactly what you want. One more year, run it back. Everybody's just going to come back and give this another go. So that's a little bit of sneaky news too. And the other thing that I think is really good, and you let me know in the comments and kind of your thoughts on this, is look at this division now. And I think this is great. Pete Carroll goes to the Raiders. Why is this good? Because Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll bring out the best in each other. And you want a good division because, I mean, honestly, you don't, right? You want everyone in your division to be terrible. That's awesome. But ultimately, it hurts you in the playoffs. So you beat up on a bad division. You win the division. You make the playoffs. And you see it with the Buccaneers. You see it with the NFC South all the time. Get into the playoffs, and it's like, get out of here. It's just because you had all those games against a bad team. The Raiders, okay, fine. Last couple years, especially last year, you got to just beat up on them. But now, and let me know in the comments who you think the best coach is outside of Jim Harbaugh in the division. We'll run through it here just a second. But Pete Carroll, this is great. The odds that the Raiders are just going to be terrible and have a bad coach forever just weren't. It's not going to happen. Not only the Raiders, but any other team. So it's like, fine, bring in Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, and Andy Reid. So in this article, they have Andy Reid one. Get it? Makes sense. But look at this division just like that. And I think it's great. You want this. You want good games. It's hard. And, look, the Lions were that team for so long where people would come in and beat up on the Lions. And it's just like, I don't know. We having fun with this? Where it's like you want those division games to be nasty. And they're going to be, this Raiders... Oh, you can't even, this is crazy because Chargers, Raiders, what I've learned doing this channel is that people do not like the Raiders out of all the teams. Raiders are number one, which I'm like, I guess I knew that, but I didn't really know it. But now Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll running it back here. Oh my gosh. Never thought I'd say running it back so much in a video, but they're going again after all those years. I absolutely love it. This is what you want. I think a lot of times we forget what's going on here. This is entertainment. You want that lead up to that game versus the Chargers having somebody, or the Raiders having a terrible coach. You want this. You want to go against Andy Reid and Sean Payton and like who's going to win the division. So I just think it's so good for football, number one, but for the you're a Chargers fan. You're a good team now. And I think that's something that as a Lions fan, as a Chargers fan, we have to kind of get over is like, oh, man. Or, I don't know, when things don't go your way, it's like, no, we're fine. We're totally fine. We got the foundation laid. Jim Harbaugh has made us a real NFL franchise overnight. Like, we don't have to be worried about others. I don't know. We just don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, it's no longer like, oh boy, I don't know if we can do this. It's like, oh man, we're one of the better teams. So I think it's all good. Let me pull something up here that I had a lot of fun with. We did the mock draft simulator on PFF a couple videos ago. That was a lot of fun. But this one, Daniel Jeremiah, he's kind of the known NFL.com mock draft one. And his first one, or it might have been his second one, he comes out of the gates with, no surprise to all of us, Coulson Loveland. And it's going to be interesting because, again, we've got 3 months until the draft. They change. They go up, down. You never know who's going to – but I get it, right? We're just kind of pinpointed on Coulson Loveland. I don't think he'll be there at 22 or whatever the Chargers are picking at. But it's just funny. We just see this consistent pattern of him. And so let me pull up a highlight of him that I just like, yep, to show you. Because, again, I've been talking a lot about Coulson Loveland. That's why we started this channel, is because we're Jim Harbaugh fans and, you know, all that stuff. So we know Michigan football very well. And let me pull this up so we can kind of dive in. Let me show you this dude and why I love him so much and why I think he's just like ideal. Okay, here we go. Pull this up. All right. This is what makes him just a star. Oh, okay, we'll get it. Over the middle, national championship game. Just right, second level, bang, gets it, picks up 20 more yards. Sorry, I can't show it because I don't want to get a flag from YouTube on showing the game film there. Okay, let me find. I was looking for another one. Here we go. One of the things about him is he's not a good of a run blocker as we think. This one shows it against Texas. And it's like, well, okay. Right? It's like, oh. So, check this one out. Whoop, right by him. Kind of does what he can. Here's this one. Whoop. Jeez. So, he's a great passing tight end. And this is the things we just don't notice as much and you're not going to pay attention to, but this is why this video is nice to see. He sticks his nose in there, but he's got a long way to go when it comes to blocking. And so, again, Jim Harbaugh will help him. It's all good. No worries. But, okay, so let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. Again, if you have not subscribed and you watched a few videos, it just means that we're going to, again, subscribers is not a huge deal, but it just means you'll get our latest videos as soon as they go out. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see all of you on the next one.